for
What's
you.
the word? Hey, come on. Come on, come on, you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here you go. There you go.
Flash.
Flash. Is it Flash? Oh. All right, Flash. Okay. You ready? Go look over there at that one. You got 5 seconds. You have 3 seconds. 2, 1. Oh, it's Ninja. Ninja, Ninja, Ninja. Come on. No, you know what? Come on, you play. Stand up. Come on, Jamie.
Knife.
Is it knife? It is knife. Go ahead.
Happy holidays from Days of Our Lives!
Coming up next on a Christmas Eve edition of the Channel 4 News at noon, we're going to look at all of today's hot spots, the stores, the streets, and the airports to help you navigate through them all.
For the first time in 6 years, the little town of Bethlehem gets ready for a Christmas Eve celebration.
2 Washington area men who really could use it won a Christmas present their families will never forget.
And the first family joins in a traditional concert of the holiday season.
Kelly has Noche Vieja off.
That's right, she's off.
Nice.
I'm not.
I'm not either. We're here.
Santa didn't bring me what I wanted, but he told me where I could find it. Watch Days of Our Lives for the men who make your days. Then,
See the new year in with me. Nothing would give me greater pleasure.
her mind says no, but her heart says maybe. Will this dangerous romantic pursuit be their new beginning?
You really are something, aren't you?
Days of Our Lives at 1, followed by Another World at 2, weekdays on WTVJ Channel 4.
On the next Sally, Jim's ex-wife kidnapped their baby girl and told her Daddy was dead.
I stalked the place they lived with the intention of stealing my daughter back.
Now, 20 years later, Sally reunites them.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
And I love you.
I love you too.
Vicky gave up her daughter for adoption.
I was just devastated.
Did you ever think that you would like to try and find her?
Oh, yes.
Reunions you'll never forget on the next Sally.
Sally Jesse Raphael at 4, following Bertice Berry on Channel 4.
Stay with us. Channel 4 News. Kelly Craig. Jose Diaz-Balart. Bob Mayer. Bob Weaver. Live. This is Channel 4 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everybody, and Merry Christmas. On this last day before the holiday, a day when even last-minute shoppers should have things pretty well in order. But the holiday plans of thousands are affecting everything from malls to grocery stores to traffic and airports. And with that now in mind, Channel 4's Hank Tester is at Miami International Airport. Where's the busiest place you've seen today, Hank?
Busiest place we've seen, of course, MIA. We're watching and listening to the sounds of America traveling. And a Merry Christmas to you, Bob. Photographer Dirk Muth and I were around today checking out various locations and found that Miami's fairly laid back, but the steam is beginning to generate just a little bit as we get set for the holiday season. In fact, right now we can see an American Airlines plane coming in, undoubtedly loaded with tourists to come to Miami, as folks over the last few days being polled saying they'd prefer to be in the sunshine, almost 2-1, over being up north and all that snow. But nevertheless, folks here in Miami getting ready for their big holiday celebrations, but still plenty of folks heading out of town. Let's take a look.
Driving to us.
Miami on the move at Christmas. These folks heading north for the holiday. Bus travel increases today, but the 1015 to Daytona Beach won't be exactly full. A little early at this service station, these folks getting some last-minute travel advice. Otherwise, business a bit slow, but expected to pick up this afternoon. Parking at the airport, always critical. 100,000 people will tax the airport parking facilities this holiday. Get there early. Last-minute shopping at the local malls, sales up 6 to 7% in home goods stores. Clothing purchases down. People using their credit cards, buying on credit is back in vogue. And last-minute food shopping. Those staying here stocking up for an influx of relatives and the big Christmas Day dinner.
Well, my grandchildren are going to be at my house overnight. So I had to get their special cereals and their special frozen pancakes because they don't know I can make pancakes. So mainly it's that and bananas, things of that nature.
But this was the last-minute blast at the Old Woolies supermarket.
That's right.
Well, we're back live at MIA. Folks getting ready for their Christmas dinner and the grandkids coming in. Sounds like Christmas to me. And here at MIA, we'd like to tell you there's a big deal for those of you who want to travel for one day, almost any place in the nation. Basically, here's the rundown. For $129, you can fly a round trip to New York. Airlines such as Delta, American, United, U.S. Air. It's a one-day special. See, airplanes are relatively empty on Christmas Day, and so the airlines can fill them up with all these cut-rate fares. So tomorrow you're going to be seeing a lot of people flying for free. Sounds like a good time to maybe hop on a plane and fly all the way to Vegas and back in one day. Bob, back to you.
But if you flew to Vegas and back in one day, how much time would you have to spend at the tables?
Well, you could actually work it out. I was figuring it out, Bob, and I'll tell you about that later on. Maybe line you and Weaver up for a quick trip out to the old hometown.
All right, thanks, Hank. Firefighters in Fort Lauderdale are hoping to light up this Christmas for some area kids. The firefighters are giving out toys and presents to children who otherwise wouldn't get any. But the biggest treat, the kids got to ride on the fire truck as it drove through neighborhoods spreading good cheer instead of the fear that sometimes comes when we all hear a siren.
You thought it would never happen, but today is a day when pigs fly, literally. Brothers to the Rescue, the group of volunteer pilots, wants to make sure rafters stranded in the Bahamas have a Merry Christmas. So they're flying over Anguilla Cay between Cuba and the Bahamas and dropping some lechones, pigs, for tonight's holiday meal. It's a traditional roast pig they may not have had in Cuba under Fidel Castro's dictatorship, so it will be pigs greatly appreciated. Hispanics in South Florida also getting ready for their traditional holiday meal. People started lining up to buy their lechones all over South Florida. Those who plan to roast the pig themselves probably bought it yesterday and have likely left it marinating in mojo overnight. In some places, hundreds of pigs were sold from one location in the past 2 days. The Reverend Jesse Jackson plans to celebrate the holidays in Cuba. The activist is on his way to the island right now. He stopped briefly in Little Haiti last night and told reporters he plans on meeting with Fidel Castro. During that meeting, Jackson says he'll ask Castro to let the daughter of Alina Fernandez Revuelta, Castro's daughter, join her mother in America. Meantime, more Cubans heading out of the island. Cuba's two most prominent weather forecasters have defected to the United States. Dr. Jose Diaz and his wife announced their defections this morning on WCMQ radio. They say despite being one of the privileged few in Cuba, the political and economic situation there is so critical they had to get out. Experts say every defection is just one more example of how Castro's government is deteriorating.
Around the world, the holiest places of the Middle East are getting ready for Christmas with the same tensions that usually surround the area. But NBC's Tom Aspel reports this is the first time in 6 years there will be an official observance of Christmas in the place where Jesus was born.
Bethlehem on the Israeli-occupied West Bank is celebrating its first traditional Christmas in 6 years. Until the autonomy agreement between Israel and the PLO, the Palestinians discouraged decorations and festive music. Christmas was a strike day. But this year, all the trappings are back, despite some last-minute difficulties when the Palestinians here defied Israeli orders to take down their flag. The town is having to go without a giant Christmas tree from Norway, though. The Israelis wouldn't allow it.
Which was offered to us by the foreign minister of Norway, who brokered the peace accord between the Palestinians, the Israelis, and Oslo.
The town's merchants are preparing for what they hope will be a profitable season. With unemployment running at 40%, Bethlehem needs one.
Dreams of prosperity here are closely linked to progress at the peace talks, but so far there's very little of that.
Later tonight, the Church of the Nativity will be packed with pilgrims for the traditional midnight mass, all under the watchful eyes of Israeli security forces. Tom Aspel, NBC News, Bethlehem, on the Israeli-occupied West Bank.
South Florida's large Jewish population has something of a dilemma as the holiday approaches, although since it comes on Saturday this year, many observe the Sabbath. Since nearly everything is closed, many others just stay home. But for those who've just got a party, there are places to go. Several South Florida nightclubs hosting matzo ball parties. You can go to the Loft on Miami Beach, Union Bar and Grill also on the beach, or the Club Boca in Boca Raton. And one of the highlights of this holiday season is decorations found in homes, malls, just about everywhere as usual. Santas, elves, angels. But now, an obnoxious duo that probably won't make you think of Christmas. John Pertzborn reports on a St. Louis family's very different holiday display.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Stringing decorations on your house is a tradition that can be traced back to Roman times. Back then, buried holly was placed in windows this time of year to offer hospitality to spirits. And look what it's turned into.
Well, every year we try to add something more.
But even this woman's house isn't getting as much attention as the one down the block.
Oh, yes, we've heard talk. Definitely have heard some talk.
Gee, I don't know about you, but this really puts me in the Christmas spirit. Electrician David Watson wired the Beavis and Butthead display.
What was my kid's idea?
And daily, drivers go out of their way to see it, or avoid it.
I haven't had any complaints from anyone.
But even David's wife admits.
I said, well, I don't know. As long as you do it tastefully, I'll go along with it.
Let's just hope Santa has the same taste.
I hope he thinks Christmas is cool also.
I'm John Pertzborn for NBC News.
Cool. Most churches will have some sort of service today or tonight. Many Catholic churches are focusing on midnight mass beginning at midnight in Rome, when Pope John Paul II will celebrate mass at the Vatican. Protestant churches tend to have their services earlier in the evening, but for all, this is one of the most holy and joyous celebrations of the year. Certainly is.
Yes. A lot more news still to come on the Channel 4 News at noon. Santa may have to have pontoons on his sleigh when he makes stops in Europe. We'll tell you why.
If you have to travel, tomorrow night might be the day. What? Tomorrow might be the day. Let's try that one. But as always, there's a catch.
Choose what's discovered.
And the entertainer of the year isn't someone we see on camera. We'll tell you why he was picked when we come right back.
Underneath the pile.
Spielberg, isn't it? I think so. That was a big
Peace
surprise.
on Earth.
Peace on Earth.
Peace on Earth.
What's the true meaning of Christmas?
On the next Bertice Berry Show, meet a hero who risked his life and gave 30 people another Christmas.
What inside of you made you do it?
And a grandmother who's a hero to her community every day.
You've actually closed down a crack house.
Plus, Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee, Bertice's personal heroes, share what Christmas means to them.
Things that remind us all of our common humanity.
Christmas Heroes, on the next Bertice Berry Show.
Bertice Berry, weekday afternoons at 3, followed by Sally Jesse Raphael. How do you pay your bills and still save money? Which investments are right for you? Which insurance is? What about taxes? Meg Green's financial workout video shows you all you need to know to be smart about your money. It's a do-it-yourself financial plan full of great advice from one of the nation's leading financial planners. There's nothing like it anywhere. For only $29.95, you can't afford not to be financially fit. Start the new year right and get your finances in shape. Call 1-800-445-9200.
Problem, dark circles and under-eye puffiness. The solution, sudden change under-eye smoother. Watch as the appearance of dark circles and puffiness are being smoothed away. Look years younger in minutes. Try sudden change under-eye smoother.
What's the only toothpaste that promises to whiten sensitive teeth?
Crest.
Wrong. Sensodyne? Sorry.
Plus White for sensitive teeth.
Right. New Plus White desensitizing toothpaste. The only one with dual-action whiteners for sensitive teeth.
If this is your only aerobic activity, you've got to get the Body Slide XP. It burns calories fast and makes it easy to get fit. The calibrated sliding surface maximizes your efforts, so you burn more calories than in an aerobics class. And the patented bumper design provides a safe, non-impact workout. The Body Slide XP is fully adjustable, so anyone can personalize it for their height and fitness goals. There's only one Body Slide and one Body Slide XP, so forget about aerobic dressing and call today. Just $39.95 gets you this full-featured Body Slide XP. One-size-fits-all sliders, a complete exercise guide, and workout video, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Pick up the phone now and slide into those jeans.
Only $39.95 plus $7.50 shipping and handling. Order today and will include a free audio cassette and nutrition guide, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't delay. Call right now.
I'm personal injury attorney David Singer. When our clients want to reach us, it's 1-800-ASK-FREE. When they need to reach us, it's 1-800-ASK-FREE. Why 1-800-ASK-FREE? Because it may be the most important phone number an accident victim will ever need. 1-800-ASK-FREE. ask free.
The live lotto drawing every Saturday night right before the Channel 4 News Nightcast at 11. Gotta know the latest in sports? Call the 4 News Sports Hotline. In Dade, 358-8000, code 4444. In Broward, 731-7000, code 4444. It's free and a service of the Real Talk Yellow Pages and Channel 4 News.
Channel 4 invites you to get into the holiday spirit at Santa's Enchanted Forest, where every child's holiday fantasy comes to life. For more information, call 559-9689.
Now, Channel 4 News at noon continues.
Welcome back. Looking around the world this Christmas Eve, things are not good in Europe. In fact, many areas look like our own Midwestern states did last summer as floodwaters rise. NBC's Keith Miller says it's causing a lot of problems in a lot of cities.
Torrential rain has turned Christmas into a soggy nightmare for thousands of Europeans as rivers burst their banks. In Germany, the flooding along the Rhine River was described as the worst in nearly 70 years. In northern France, 17 days of rain caused the worst flooding there this century. And in the Netherlands, Queen Beatrix suspended her usual Christmas duties to visit with victims of the floods there. At least 6 people have been killed. And in the German city of Cologne, 25,000 people have been left homeless. Troops were called in to help evacuate the stranded, and helicopters winched people to safety. Hundreds of people helped fill thousands of sandbags, but it was a losing battle along the Rhine, where the river was rising 3 inches an hour. Environmental officials called the flooding a lesson in ecological humility. The forecast is for less rain, but the damage caused so far will keep many people miserable long into the new year. Keith Miller, NBC News.
Well, some business news as the year nears its end, and it's been a very good year for automakers in terms of sales, at least. In fact, sales of American-built cars and light trucks were up more than 31% the first half of this month alone, led by huge gains for General Motors. Sales of trucks and sport utility vehicles were really up more than 38%. Well, the big 3 car makers recalling cars again. General Motors recalling more than 500,000 late-model Chevrolets, Buicks, and Oldsmobiles equipped with 2.2 L4 engines. Ford recalling more than 345,000 cars for free repairs and safety defects, while Suzuki Motor recalling Swift passenger cars from 5 model years for safety repair. Just in time for Christmas, Delta is getting rid of its extra seats. As Hank alliterated to briefly a few minutes ago, round-trip tickets for travel on Christmas Day only. You can fly 1,000 miles round-trip for $79, 2,000 miles for $99, and for more than 2,000 miles, $129. The tickets don't require advance purchase, but you got to leave and come back tomorrow. Meantime, upstart ValueJet Airlines, one of the new cut-rate carriers making a living on undercutting the big guys, is complaining that Delta is making its fares too cheap. The majors, threatened by smaller carriers, are trying to match the fares, but ValueJet is the first cut-rate carrier to complain about it. Well, the folks on Wall Street have already taken off for the day, so there won't be any stock market transactions on any of the major markets today. And a final reminder, lots of stores that sell lottery tickets will be closed tomorrow for the holiday, so if you plan to buy lotto tickets, you better do it this afternoon. With a $20 million jackpot, you might not want to be out or shut out, and of course, Christmas or no Christmas, you'll see the winning numbers first right here on Channel 4 at 11.
If you are planning to do some last-minute shopping today, you've got less than 6 hours left. Major malls like Dadeland, Aventura, and Broward are all closing at 6 o'clock tonight, so you may want to run out on your lunch hour, of course, right after you see the News at 1. As of about 15 minutes ago, it's even too late to order overnight shipments from catalogs, although 2 catalogs, J. Crew and Neiman Marcus, would have sent gifts up until noon. If you're up against the wall, and you are, how about a flower arrangement or an assortment of pastries from a bakery?
We have gotten our share of bakery goods in this place.
Man,
in the last couple of days, it's
I'm
just
feeling maximum density over here, you know. Thank you, Jose. Starting to settle in. But I tell you what, you know, when I was a kid and it rained on Christmas Eve, I always got worried because you thought, well, maybe Santa's going to have a little trouble navigating.
Yeah.
But he's got Doppler radar. He's got storm detectors.
And
he's
an
going to
umbrella.
be fine. And an umbrella.
All right.
And reindeer waterproof.
Okay.
That's what I call them, reindeer. But anyway, it's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Let's go ahead and check the numbers now. for this evening or for this afternoon, looks like we're going to be in pretty good shape. The rainfall is mainly to the north of us, and it's fairly mild. 75 degrees now at the storm center. The humidity 62%. East winds at 7. We've got some clouds around with the pressure falling, and no rain since midnight, but looks like we could see a few more showers, especially to the north. At the airport, 76, the beach, 72, Fort Lauderdale, 68, Kendall, 76, and a little bit cooler up at West Palm at 64. Go ahead and put the Doppler in motion for you. Most of the showers, once again, to the north, kind of drifting that way, so not really a whole lot of rain this afternoon. Looks like our chance for rain will begin increasing later on this evening and into the overnight hours as we begin to see a little bit more moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. As far as this state of Florida goes, can barely pick it out on the map, just tons of clouds, and we're talking once again the possibility of some frozen precipitation. If you're traveling to Pensacola, Tallahassee, even up towards Jacksonville by car, check out the weather conditions up that way, because we could be talking about some slick roads as they may be seeing a little bit of snowfall or sleet up that way. Still mild to the south and very cold and nasty and clammy, and this is where all the rain will be up to the north. Looks like the big view of the satellite shows where the snow is in Missouri, in the Ohio Valley, and also now more moisture coming in out of the Gulf of Mexico. Cold air already in place, so we could see some of the white stuff up just to the north of us. Let's check out the forecast map for today then. And for the southeast, Atlanta, some flurries moving in late once again. Chicago, light snow, 41s. It's snowing right now in Mobile, Alabama. And that old guy likes it pretty good wherever it snows. But the rain doesn't bother him either. And kind of nasty up to New York City as well. For tomorrow, Christmas Day, very Arctic blast coming into the high plains. Cold throughout the eastern third of the nation. That's where the cold air will be. Then we clear out of here on Sunday with some cool sunshine. We should be in pretty good shape, but this next surge of cold air will affect us early in the week, and it'll keep us fairly cool for the next couple of days beyond the Christmas weekend. As far as the boating forecast for today goes, east-southeast winds about 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Certainly a lot better than yesterday. A light chop in the bay and the surf temperature 76. There you see your sunset and your sunrise times. For the balance of this afternoon, intervals of sunshine, some clouds blowing in, blowing out. A little bit warm too, 77 with a few spotty showers, but not a lot of rain. And then for tonight, could rain, but okay for the reindeer, 57. For tomorrow, looks like we're going to be okay, maybe a few showers. Beginning to clear out late tomorrow, down to about 48 for tomorrow night, and Sunday we're okay. So that's your forecast for now. Merry Christmas, everybody. Jose, back to you.
You too, Dave. Thank you very much. Coming up tonight on the Channel 4 News at 6, we'll show you where some of you last-minute shoppers are rushing to finish up before the stores shut their doors. Bob.
Well, people in the news today include one of those other characters in two of the most popular sitcoms of early television, Don DeFore, dead at the age of 80. Most people will remember him as Mr. B, Hazel's boss in the comedy of the same name in the 1960s. He was blubbery and blustery, but in the end, everything always seemed to work out the way Hazel, the maid, wanted them to go. Viewers who go back a few years earlier will remember Don DeFore as Ozzie and Harriet's neighbor, who, like Ozzie, had no apparent employment and was always wandering into the Nelsons' living room before he died last night at a hospital in Santa Monica, California. Janet Jackson won't be risking her brother's fate in her concerts in North Carolina next month. The local fire marshal says no fireworks in her concerts planned at the University of North Carolina. Brother Michael says it was his burns from fireworks gone wrong during a commercial filming 10 years ago that led to his dependence on pain-killing drugs. And Michael Jackson's former date, Brooke Shields, says no, there won't be any wedding bells mixing with Christmas bells for her tomorrow. She doesn't deny she and Bon Jovi drummer Tico Torres are dating. She says they are an item, but it's not an item that's going to be reported in the legal notices, marriage licenses issued column anytime soon.
A man who makes movies but never steps in front of the camera is 1993's Entertainer of the Year. With the movie blockbuster Jurassic Park and the Holocaust movie Schindler's List, director Steven Spielberg received that honor last night. Entertainment Weekly said Jurassic Park proves Spielberg can still scare us to death. Coming in second, by the way, David Letterman.
They don't seem to go together, do they?
Well,
Spielberg
as far as
and Letterman.
Entertainers, entertainers.
Right.
Well, I think
you
Letterman's
could have been in
great.
there, too.
No.
Who's more entertaining than Jose?
Bob.
Coming up next on the Channel 4 News at noon are the stories of Arkansas troopers who accused President Clinton falling apart. We'll have the latest.
We'll watch as the crew of a boat is rescued off Key Biscayne. It is a real story of heroism in action. And if a tree grows in Brooklyn, chances are it came from one of the many tree lots in New York. We'll find out why. One month a year, that's a special life for a lot of people. I don't know, I'm not sure what I said, but we'll find out what I said.
Channel 4 News at Noon is brought to you in part by Chock full of Nuts, the coffee that always comes through.
Need stuff for a wedding? I do weddings. Ba 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 ba. Oh, you're getting married in Vegas? Well, yeah. Ba ba da ba 2 3 4. Da 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 da. I'm here all week. Da 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 da.
Why is chock-full of nuts the coffee that's right for any occasion? Maybe it's the beans.
This Highlight Hot Tip is brought to you by Dania Highlight. It's more fun than anything. Highlight, the fastest game in the world. To score, the first one to 7 wins. Return the pelota? I don't think so. The weapon, moving 180 miles per hour, packs a real punch. You win, you stay. You lose, you leave. Singles or doubles, the most skilled athletes anywhere. Your player wins, you win. Bets start at just $1. Your odds of having a great time are very, very high. Have more fun, more often at Dania Highlight. Tuesday through Saturday, 7:15 p.m. Noon matinees, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Today on Channel 4 at 1, it's Days of Our Lives. At 2, Another World. At 3, Bertice Berry. And at 4, Sally Jesse Raphael. Stay with us on Channel 4.
Behind that beautiful smile, damaging plaque can build up between teeth and gums, causing gum disease and eventually tooth loss. The Butler Gum Toothbrush, with its unique dome trim and taper tip bristles, is specially designed to remove that plaque below the gum line. And it does it so well, it's clinically proven to actually reduce gingivitis and bleeding gums. The Butler Gum Toothbrush. Fight gum disease where it starts.
If it made you think, if it made you wonder, if it made you worry, if it made you cry, if it made you smile, if it made you plan, if it made you feel challenged, if it let you feel hope, you saw it on Channel 4 News. And in 1994, stay with us. Channel 4 News.
Are you ready for Christmas? Tonight on Channel 4 News at 6. Everything you need to know as you begin your holiday celebration. The highway hustle. How crowded is it? The supermarket scramble. The airport shuffle. Your holiday forecast and last-minute shopping mall madness. The complete holiday preview tonight at 6 on Channel 4 News.
We reunite long-lost families on the next Sally from Tampa Bay.
Sally at 4 following Bertice Berry. Your favorite comic book heroes come to life at Superheroes, a high-tech adventure at the Museum of Discovery and Science. Don't miss it.
You're watching Channel 4 News at noon.
Welcome back to the Channel 4 News at noon, our Noche Buena edition. And the top story today is, of course, preparations for the holiday. Airports and highways are clogged with travelers today as thousands get an early start on the Christmas holiday. The shopping focus switches today from malls, most of which will close at 6 o'clock, to supermarkets as people grab last-minute items for that Christmas dinner. The special holiday treat is on its way to the Bahamas, a traditional Hispanic Noche Buena dinner of roast pig for the refugees stranded on the island trying to get to the United States from Cuba. The dinners are being flown to the island by the volunteer pilots group Brothers to the Rescue. And in Bethlehem, the place where Jesus was born, it's going to be the first time in 6 years that Christian pilgrims will be able to observe the holiday openly.
Well, just in time for Christmas, a presidential controversy that's been dogging Bill Clinton all week seems to be fading. Fading because of mounting credibility problems and questions surrounding the 2 state troopers who've said they arranged sexual liaisons for then Governor Clinton in Arkansas. A lawyer for Columbia Mutual Insurance Company says both troopers have admitted lying to the insurance company about an accident in which both troopers admit to have been drinking. Attorney Roy Jean Sanders says both troopers have, in his words, lied, and lied. Another presidential scandal appears to be fading. NBC's Bob Kerr reports President Clinton is giving the Justice Department his personal files on a controversial real estate deal, but it doesn't look like Congress is going to investigate.
The Clintons were under intense political pressure to release records of their investment in an Arkansas real estate venture, and late yesterday, they decided to turn those records over to the Justice Department. A top official here emphasizing that the Clintons are doing so voluntarily. At issue, the flow of money from a failed savings and loan owned by a man who was then Governor Clinton's business partner in the Arkansas land development known as Whitewater. White House Communications Director Mark Gearan said, "At no time did anyone, anywhere, anyhow, ever remotely suggest that there was any impropriety regarding the Clintons' investments." The documents had been removed from the White House office of Deputy Counsel Vincent Foster just 2 days after he killed himself last July. They were then turned over to the Clintons' personal attorney. They may become part of a broad Justice Department probe.
That investigation is being conducted by career prosecutors, and I have emphasized that it should proceed in as an appropriate manner and as vigorous a manner as possible.
If there's no wrongdoing evidenced in those files, then there's no downside to releasing them. If there's a potential problem in those files, then clearly there's a downside to releasing them.
Making the files available to the Justice Department should prevent a damaging public debate about whether the president could have refused by citing attorney-client privilege. Bob Kerr, NBC News, Washington.
4 masked gunmen are holding 7 children and adults hostage in a helicopter packed with explosives. The terrorists threatened to kill the hostages in Russia if they didn't get $10 million in safe passage to Iran. They've been given the money this noon, but the standoff continues at this hour. Today is the second day of the drama. 3 men lucky to be spending the holidays with their families after a dramatic rescue at sea. The men were pulled out of the water after their boat capsized. It happened yesterday, 3 miles off the coast of Key Biscayne. Their rescue caught on this exclusive home video. The men were found floating in the water, supported by life preservers and a styrofoam cooler. They had been there for 3 hours when another boat spotted them. Another happy homecoming, this one in New York. 2 sailors finally on dry land after spending 11 days stranded at sea. Hurricane-force winds sheared the mast off their 38-foot boat 245 miles south of Nantucket. Well, luckily, a Japanese freighter spotted the 2 men and picked them up. They were then taken to Ireland and flown back to New York.
Another tragic reminder of how dangerous our roadways can be. 38-year-old Felicidad Paez of North Lauderdale was pronounced dead last night shortly after her car plunged into a Sunrise Canal. Traffic investigators trying to determine the cause of the accident, and an autopsy is underway now to determine exactly the cause of death. Tensions rise in Little Haiti when a smash-and-grab robber is shot by his alleged victims. A teenage boy was arrested after getting into a scuffle with police, and 11 and 12-year-old boys had to be restrained. It all started after an alleged robber was shot during what police say was an attempted smash-and-grab. Today, that man is in fair condition. Well, crime even follows the Christmas season, as we all know, especially in New York, where migrant Christmas tree sellers from New England are forced to quickly learn street smarts. Reporter Jeannie Moose says it's all part of doing business, even Christmas business, in the Big Apple.
Oh, Christmas tree, how hard it is to sell these.
Sleep right here in the van.
When I take a shower, I go to the youth hostel.
There's a bar down the street that'll let me use their bathroom, but I'm afraid to go in there, man. That place is really, I don't know when the last time they cleaned it was.
Every year before Christmas, they descend on New York, tree sellers from Vermont or Quebec, trying to make a buck selling Douglas firs and balsams.
Yeah, the balsams have a really nice smell.
Something that doesn't necessarily apply to the tree sellers.
We keep doing 2-3 weeks, but it's okay.
Often they live in trailers parked alongside their trees.
It's a mess, but...
Actually, the trailer is roomy compared to a van.
Yeah. Got a little heater. We even got a stove to cook.
In Manhattan, tree sellers set up shop every few blocks, sometimes renting space on the sidewalk. Their goal is to make some quick money, anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000. Usually they work for somebody else.
Yeah, 16 hours a day, but that's the job. That's 24 days, that's what we do. Can you spin it around?
Sure. Well, this is not recorded.
What is hard about this job is the thieves.
Some stands have even installed shoplifting mirrors to catch anyone willing to go out on a limb to snatch a tree.
They'll steal nice trees from one stand and take it to another stand and sell it to them for $5.
And if it's not the thieves, it's the fraternity boys from nearby Columbia
They get really, really stinking drunk, and they come through here at night, knock vegetables over at the fruit stand. They'll jump into trees, try and urinate on the trees.
Oh, Christmas tree, how could they do that to thee? Sometimes the trees attack back. To trim his trees, this guy carries a foot-long military machete.
It's also an effective visual deterrent.
They fluff the trees. They wrap the trees. They show you the secret of how to carry them.
Kind of wiggle your hands in through the net, get a couple good stout branches, and just kind of pick it up, carry it like a suitcase.
The trick is to sell as many as they can before time expires, December 24th. The work may be cold, it may be dirty, but there is something nice about selling Christmas trees.
This is my first tree on my own, outside my parents' home, that I'm going to do all myself.
Even in New York, people pine for Christmas trees.
What kind of tree did you get? I don't know, but it's beautiful. I love it.
Jeannie Most, New York.
Now, I wonder where these guys get the trees. That's a big question.
I don't know where they get them, but I guess you could say that the cops force them to kind of branch out.
Oh, we'll accept the cheesy jokes.
All right.
Crime, by the way, is also affecting Santa's workshops in Denver, but his helpers are finding unique ways to collect kids' wishes despite death threats.
And a $45 million Christmas present for two people who sure could use it. We'll tell you where the Powerball landed when the Channel 4 News at Noon comes right back.
Here we go.
Ford's on a roll with 5 of the 10 best-selling cars and trucks in America. Like Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck. Lease it now for just $216 a month. And F-150's loaded with value features, including a driver's side airbag. Ford F-150, now just $216 a month. See your South Florida Ford dealer today. We'll get you rolling with value.
5 of the 10 bestsellers in America are Fords.
Problem, dark circles and under-eye puffiness. The solution, sudden change under-eye smoother. Watch as the appearance of dark circles and puffiness are being smoothed away. Look years younger in minutes. Try sudden change under-eye smoother.
What's the only toothpaste that promises to whiten sensitive teeth?
Crest.
Wrong. Sensodyne? Sorry.
Plus White for sensitive teeth.
Right. New Plus White desensitizing toothpaste. The only one with dual-action whiteners for sensitive teeth.
Well, if you're traveling throughout the eastern United States over this holiday weekend, you may encounter some pretty wild weather. Let's go ahead and look at the southeast for now, and we're talking some interesting weather perhaps in the southeast United States. The panhandle of Florida may see some frozen precipitation. Southwestern Georgia right now 33 at Atlanta, a few flurries later this evening. 27 at St. Louis. Up to the northeast we go. This will be the white Christmases, folks. It's going to be quite cold, a lot of moisture up that way, and bitterly cold temperatures at this hour. 31 in New York, 17 in Utica, 16 in Burlington, back over towards Detroit, some flurries, 22, 16 in Chicago, 2 degrees now at Marquette, Michigan. Out to the west we go, and this is the best weather by far throughout the United States, the desert Southwest and the West Coast, in real good looking shape, and the temperatures beginning to respond. 55 at LA, 25 at Albuquerque, and some snow in the Rocky Mountains. Merry Christmas, everyone.
This is the dream that Jack built. This is the yacht that sails through the dream that Jack built. This is the car that drives to the yacht that sails through the dream that Jack built. This is the new house where the car is parked that drives to the yacht that sails through the dream that Jack built. This is the... Hey, Jack, stop dreaming. Watch the live lotto drawing Saturday nights at 11 on Channel 4, right before the Channel 4 News Nightcast, and start building your dream for real.
Art Deco Weekend.
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 Art Deco
Weekend. Art Deco Weekend.
What's all the fuss about? Find out at Art Deco Weekend, January 7th through 9th. Brought to you by Channel 4 and these sponsors. Channel 4 invites you to get into the holiday spirit at Santa's Enchanted Forest, where every child's holiday fantasy comes to life. For more information, call 559-9689.
Now, Channel 4 News at Noon continues.
The Energy Department is looking for people used in secret radiation experiments. About 800 radiation tests were conducted on humans during the Cold War. Some subjects weren't even told of the risks. Anyone with information about medical or scientific radiation experiments is asked to call the Human Experimentation Hotline. The number 1-800-493-2998. A government agency says it just doesn't have the $3 million to spare to help fight the global tuberculosis epidemic. The World Health Organization contending TB should be given priority in the tight budget. TB kills more people every year than all other infectious diseases combined. WHO is planning a $9 million project to fight TB in developing countries and thwart its mutation into incurable strains. Do you have a tattoo you no longer want, or know someone who you think should remove their tattoo? As medical reporter Diana Penna tells us, laser surgery is the answer. The tattoo practically disappears without even scarring.
Penny Biamonte liked her tattoo, but now she says after a year, it's nothing but an eyesore.
When I thought it would be cool to get, but now that I have it, when I wear dresses and things, sometimes I really don't like to have it there. So I cover it up, which makes it look worse than it actually is.
So she's having it removed with special laser surgery. Experts claim it's new technology with better results.
In the old days, we used to cut them out and sew them up and braid them off with sandpaper type stuff. And, that usually was painful and left some kind of a scar. So basically, the person was trading their tattoo for a scar.
First, a topical anesthetic is applied to the skin to numb the site.
Are you sure this isn't going to hurt? You might feel a tick.
You might feel a little bit. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
That's it.
What do you think?
Oh, God. Oh, I see it going away.
Well, the white color will fade.
The laser strikes the surface of the skin without damaging it.
Because there's nothing in the first layers of skin to absorb the energy, so it just transmits it right through. When the laser energy sees the dye pigment, which is what makes the tattoo colored, the energy is absorbed by that pigment and it shatters it and makes the particles so tiny that your body can then come in and your white blood cells engulf those little particles of broken down pigment and carry it away.
Experts say risks are minimal. There's always the chance of scarring and infection. That's why patients are followed up on a weekly basis until the site is fully healed. The price for each treatment ranges from $130 to $200, depending on the size. Removing professional tattoos usually requires 5 to 6 applications. You can actually see the colors fade within minutes. The procedure is 95% successful in lightening or removing tattoo inks. It works best with blue, black, and red. And how did the laser feel?
Not really bad, not at all. A lot less pain than when I got it on. That really hurt.
Most patients agree it's more painful getting the tattoo than getting it removed. For NBC News, I'm Diana Penna.
A severe respiratory virus blowing in this winter. Federal health officials reporting a seasonal increase in cases of a contagious respiratory virus known as RSV. The virus is most common and severe in infants and young kids. RSV affects about 90,000 people. About 4,500 people die from it every year. Attorney General Janet Reno getting some time in on the gun range as she continues her battle against weapons. Police officers took Reno shooting to show her just how formidable some of these street weapons are. Reno worries there will be more accidents with guns in the home because of a sharp increase recently in the sale of firearms. An increase, she says, is due to people trying to beat the Brady bill. A change of scenery for Santa as death threats close Santa's workshops all over the city of Denver. St. Nick listening to hundreds of boys and girls' Christmas wishes from the police station. The death threats against, quote, that fatso are being taken seriously. The anonymous threats were delivered by mail or fax, calling Santa an imposter. 8 Denver area malls had to cancel his appearance.
A pair of famous skaters turned Santa to warm up the ice for some special kids in Los Angeles. Reporter Fred Rogan says it's the Christmas spirit these athletes try to carry with them all year round.
Olympic gold medalists Christy Yamaguchi and Scott Hamilton spent a couple of hours from their busy schedules giving some kids with life-threatening illnesses a chance to ice skate and just have some plain old-fashioned fun. Both skaters think this is an opportunity that the two of them couldn't turn down and enjoy making the kids' wishes come true.
We try to do this in each city we go to. We have skate with the Make-A-Wish kids, and we come out here and we just have a blast, and it gives us an opportunity to play. Whenever we're on the ice, it seems like it's work, but when we come out like this, we get to play and just sort of skate for the fun of it.
It
is nice, you know, with the holiday season right here, and just for us to give some time to them to, you know, maybe escape some of their problems and just have an afternoon where they can think back and say, wow, I had a lot of fun.
Christy and Scott feel that athletes should give something back to the fans and people who made them successful. They don't look at it as an obligation, but an honor.
It is nice. You know, we wouldn't be here if we didn't have that support from the community and everyone around us supporting us at the Olympics and all that. So I think it's wonderful.
I think most athletes see it as an opportunity and not as an obligation. For us, it's just a great opportunity to enhance and make somebody's life better, and at the same time, our lives are better for it.
Well, they don't even celebrate Christmas, but they've got the true Christmas spirit. Two Jewish girls won a Christmas essay contest, writing in part that they celebrate Hanukkah, but know how important Christmas is to other people. And if they won the contest, they say they'd use the money to give underprivileged kids a happier holiday. Well, twin sisters Becca and Shirley Easley did win, and they did spend the $250 prize on 8 grocery bags full of toys to give away. A holiday tradition in Los Angeles rides again, the El Dorado Elf, picking up where the Cadillac Santa left off. See, Cadillac Santa used to give away $10 bills to street people every year just before Christmas, but at the age of 80, he died last year. Well, a man and 4 friends dubbed the El Dorado Elves picked up the tradition. They handed out $15,000 while cruising in a champagne-colored Cadillac.
So many times we hear about people who win multi-million-dollar lotteries, and they say they're going to keep on working. It's not going to change their lives. Well, it's great to see 2 people win the Powerball lottery who not only seem like they appreciate it, but with one of them out of work and the other with 17 kids, they could certainly use $45 million. Pat Collins tells us what they plan on doing with it.
The district's Percy Ray Pridgeon, a 69-year-old construction worker, father of 17, grandfather of 29. And Charles Gill, a 35-year-old federal worker and part-time barber from Richmond, Virginia, today share the $90 million Powerball jackpot. That's $45 million apiece. After taxes, that comes to $4,320 a day for the next 20 years. So what are they going to do with the money?
Well, get a home in the country somewhere. Me and my wife. Get a home in the country.
Well, it's going to be an early Christmas. I'm going to make sure of that.
What are you going to do with the money?
Well, first of all, I'm going to try to give some back to my neighborhood because my brothers out there, they're killing one another. I'm trying to do what I got to do to help them out.
Mr. Pridgeon picked his numbers from thin air. He was so overcome he had to have some help claiming the money.
What does this money mean to you? For somebody who worked
I've had so hard.
Thank you very much.
He was in tears. He literally collapsed into a chair, but there were tears of joy.
Mr. Gill said his pick came from a combination of family birth dates. And when his numbers came in, he had a hard time convincing his wife they were both millionaires.
She didn't believe me. She went back to bed on me, so I don't know. You know, I woke up and I said I won the numbers, all the numbers, you know, like her birthdays, my little girl birthdays, and mine combined, and she still don't believe me. So maybe in a while it'll sink in. I don't know.
I'm Pat Collins.
That was Pat Collins.
That was Pat Collins, and we were talking about it, Bob. What a great thing. What, $45 million?
So can you imagine $4 grand a day?
No, I couldn't. But you know, Bob, I'll be one of the many who say, if I win, I'll continue here working 12-hour days like
right.
Danny Noah here, our boss, tells us
right.
to do. And I'll stick here when they say, do those double shifts, I'll say, sure. I will.
I'm sure you would.
If I win.
I'm sure you would. Still to come on the Channel 4 News at noon.
A Christmas wedding with a special touch.
And Hallelujah, the Clintons sing Handle.
We'll listen in and hold on a moment, we'll come right back.
Still.
Yeah, where do you live?
In Centerville, Ohio.
Yeah. So you wish
To move back here.
Okay.
Love the weather.
Go to Europe. I don't know what my Christmas wish is. Yeah. Let's go to Europe, travel around, enjoy myself.
How do you pay your bills and still save money? Which investments are right for you? Which insurance is? What about taxes? Meg Green's financial workout video shows you all you need to know to be smart about your money. It's a do-it-yourself financial plan full of great advice from one of the nation's leading financial planners. There's nothing like it anywhere. For only $29.95, you can't afford not to be financially fit. Start the new year right and get your finances in shape. Call 1-800-445-9200.
Nursing home residents are often abused or neglected. Bed sores, broken bones, even death may occur if residents are not treated properly. The law firm of Wilkes & McHugh represents nursing home residents and their families. You or your loved one may be entitled to payment or compensation for harm caused by nursing home neglect or abuse. For a free consultation about nursing home resident rights, call 1-800-255-5070.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Mayer. Here's the latest from the world of sports. The Heat players said their goal was to get 500 by Christmas, and with a win last night against the Lakers, they did just that. Harold Miner starting out by giving fans a couple of early gifts. First, he gets the jam in traffic, and then he skies to slam the cycle he missed as the Laker players can only watch. Anthony Peeler said, anything you can do, I can do better. The Heat leading 50-44 at the half. Glenn Rice got hot in the third period. Here, he hits the three from the corner. He had 21 on the night. Steve Smith, high man with 23. The 18-footer was good to put the Heat up by 11. The fourth quarter belonged to Matt Geiger. Watch him put back his own miss, and he gets the foul. He had 16 points in the period. Geiger also did it on the break. Here, he gets the slam, and in the process, slams the door on the Lakers. Geiger did it all. Watch the nice feed to L.A. head coach Randy Funge. Hey, the players couldn't do it. Maybe he could. Heat win it. They're fourth in a row. The score 109-92. Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman got a nice Christmas gift in the way of an 8-year, $50 million deal, making him the highest-paid player in the game. That includes an $11 million signing bonus. Needless to say, it'll be a very Merry Christmas in the Aikman family. The Dolphins beat Aikman's Cowboys earlier this year. The Dolphins have actually beaten 5 of 6 road opponents so far, and if they want to make it to the playoffs, they'll have to win at least another road game. They play at San Diego this weekend and at New England. I'm Bob Mayer. That's the latest from the world of sports.
A special announcement. Response to Catskills on Broadway 94 has been overwhelming. Many have called to ask if it's the same show as last season. This is a brand new show with a new cast. Singer Julie Budd, comedians Sal Richards, Lenny Rush, and backed by popular demand, Malzy Lawrence and our star, Freddie Roman. Catskills on Broadway 94. Bigger, better, and funnier than the original. January 4th through 16th at the Sunrise Musical Theater. Call the box office, 741-7300 or Ticketmaster.
Great legs.
Why, thank you. But I have a confession to make. I've quit using my ThighMaster. Because now I'm using ThighMaster Plus.
Introducing new ThighMaster Plus. It's adjustable for faster body-shaping results.
ThighMaster Plus is designed to give you better results quicker. Because you can set it for the thigh-shaping power that's right for you. I can fit into these jeans again. Thank you, ThighMaster Plus. ThighMaster Plus makes it easier than ever to get shapely, firm thighs. And it works for your back, arms, and tummy as well. Try ThighMaster Plus. After all, we may not have been born with great legs, but now it's even easier to look like we were.
Call today and get ThighMaster Plus for just $19.95 with the Ultimate Workout Guide. Order now and will also include Suzanne Summers' Total Body Toning video. Altogether, that's a $34.90 value for just $19.95. ThighMaster Plus comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so call and order now.
Nothing does more for your thighs than ThighMaster Plus.
On the next Sally, Jim's ex-wife kidnapped their baby girl and told her Daddy was dead.
I stalked the place they lived with the intention of stealing my daughter back.
Now, 20 years later, Sally reunites them.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
And I love you.
I love you too.
Vicky gave up her daughter for adoption.
I was just devastated.
Did you ever think that you would like to try and find her?
Oh, yes.
Reunions you'll never forget on the next Sally.
Sally Jesse Raphael at 4, following Bertice Berry on Channel 4.
Now, Channel 4 News at noon continues.
Welcome back. It's the best Christmas present a Chicago mother could get. Peace of mind knowing her 7-week-old baby abducted last week was found in good condition. The child was found yesterday in a Chicago church. The baby had been abducted from a public health clinic. A California woman nearly killed last month celebrated her recovery by tying the knot in her Tucson hospital room. Exactly 1 month after a near-fatal car accident, Catherine DeMarco became Mrs. Scott Clements.
Well, we've got some pictures of a little guy that'll warm your heart. A baby bear abandoned by his mom last spring in Finland. Now, that wasn't a tragedy then when it was still warm, but now that snow is falling all over the Arctic North, we still don't have to worry as he hopes and lopes around the countryside. The bear knows that he can go into a research scientist who's adopted him and make sure he's fed. What are you laughing at, David?
I'm not laughing. I think it's Jose that's laughing. Don't blame me. Anything that goes on in here, it's Jose's fault. You know that. Okay. Let's go outside and see what's happening as far as temperatures go. You can see from Tower Cam, we've got a little bit of sunshine, but certainly a lot more clouds. And it is a little bit warm here in South Florida. Head up to the north, and it's a totally different story. 76 at the airport, Fort Lauderdale 68, and West Palm in at 64. Things could really get interesting in the Panhandle. Let's show you what I mean on the storm track radar. Right now, most of the activity in Central Florida, there's an old stationary front just to the south of us, but the moisture is rolling in from the subtropical jet stream. The cold air is already in place, so later tonight, Tallahassee, Pensacola, up towards Albany, Georgia, and later on up towards Atlanta, we may be seeing some sleet fall and also some snow. So if you're traveling up that way, do be careful, because a little too early to tell, but it could get a little bit treacherous. You can see all the moisture riding up along the moisture train out of Old Mexico, heading across the northern part of the state. Once again, this is where most of the bad stuff will be, but South Florida will see an increase in moisture later tonight, so a few showers are possible. The big view of the satellite radar composite shows some snow flurries now and some general snow showers on the eastern shores of the Great Lakes. Another organizing system. It should be a white Christmas for the northern third of the country. And once again, here comes the moisture for us. We should begin to clear out of here sometime on Saturday night. Rapid clearing, I think, now, and certainly turning cooler by Sunday. Here's the forecast then for the rest of today. Looks like intervals of sun, mostly cloudy, a few spotty showers, but not a whole lot of rain today. 77 for the high. We've just about topped out. It could rain tonight, but once again, Santa's got Doppler, no problem. Okay for reindeer, 57 for the low. And for the weekend, looks like for tomorrow, we could see a few showers, 74 for the high. I think we're going to begin to clear out late in the day quickly. It'll get breezy behind the front. And then Sunday looks nice, but high of 68. Quite cool. That's the weather for now. Once again, everybody have a very Merry Christmas and stay safe. Bob, back to you.
Thanks, David. Tonight, coming up on the Channel 4 News at 6, you have no shopping days until Christmas. Retailers expecting this to be the biggest day of the shopping season. We'll have a live report on how it all turns out for merchants and for shoppers.
So how will the First family be spending their Christmas weekend? Well, first at the White House, then it's home to Arkansas on Tuesday for the rest of the holidays. It'll be mostly rest and relaxation for the president during his vacation. Clintons won't return to Washington until January the 2nd. There was an extra tenor and two sopranos in the choir at Kennedy Center's annual Messiah concert last night. Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea mingling their voices with 3,000 others in a sing-along, performing Handel's Messiah. The 150-member Paul Hill Choral of Washington led the way through 2.5 hours of the free traditional holiday performance. Listen. Having talked to the president a few times, he's probably reading like the budget or something. Probably. You know, he's like catching up on something.
But getting back to the bear.
The bear. The bear story that cracked you up.
The bear was hoping to do some loping around the countryside. Well, you know how bears lope.
They elope.
You elope. Bears lope.
By the way, before we go, I want to remind you that the $20 million lotto jackpot is tomorrow, Saturday night, 11 o'clock, right here on Channel 4. And Ed Odell will be here to give you that and a whole lot more on the Channel 4 News Nightcast.
That is correct. Now, we want to, all of us, wish you a very Merry Christmas from Jose and David and me, as well as Kelly and Bob Weaver.
This guy just passed
by. Who are both
I'll come by again. Let's ask for him again. Look at this. Whoa! Hey, almost threw my toupee off on that one. Hold on, one more time.
From the entire Channel 4 News team.
Coming? No, he left.
Take a break. Have a good day. We'll see you Monday.
Felicidades.
Let's see.
It's a Christmas pig out. Celebrate La Noche Buena tonight at 5.
Now that you're retired, you're just going to sit back and relax, right? I don't think so. You've got a million things to do, and you don't have time to worry about the cost of health care. But it is important, because Medicare alone doesn't provide all the protection you need. Maybe you should discover the plan a lot of smart Medicare beneficiaries have already signed up for. The AvMed Medicare plan. Call now and find out about the AvMed Medicare plan. It picks up where Medicare stops, and there are no monthly premiums. Doctor visits, hospitalization, prescriptions, and more are covered. And with AvMed, there are no deductibles. Plus, when you sign up with AvMed, you can choose your doctor from a network that includes some of the finest physicians in Florida. Find out more about the AvMed Medicare plan. It picks up where Medicare stops, and there are no monthly premiums. Call now for a free brochure with no obligation. The AvMed Medicare plan, because you have better things to do than worry about the cost of health care.
Copperfield, beyond imagination.
Catch him before he disappears.
David Copperfield vanished in the airplane. David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear. Now, all new David Copperfield illusions. Realigning logic, redefining magic.
David Copperfield, beyond imagination. 4 shows only, December 29th and 30th at Broward Center for the Performing Arts. 5:30 and 8:30 each night. WTVJ welcomes Copperfield.
There is a mighty spirit shining out.
In Salisbury, Maryland, the hungry are being fed. In Wind Falls, Indiana, a man who learned to read at 47 is making sure others learn earlier. In Hope, New Mexico, people turned an abandoned school into a thriving community center. In Boston, Massachusetts, neighbors set up a crime hotline that's making their streets safer. From Seattle to Galveston, from Buffalo to Fargo, every day, someone in America is doing